Hey guys, the Quack45 here, and today I have episode 20 of my Minecraft my Versatech survival series. So, let's get started with this episode. Now, let's look at this. I have a lot of ores, and I do have a triple ore processing system, but it just takes so long to process all of them, because I have to first put them through the purification machine, then I have to put them through the crusher, then the enrichment chamber, then I have to smelt them. That's all too much effort. It's certainly not helped by the fact that I'm using a standard furnace, though. So we're going to solve that problem with an energized smelter, which is Mechanism's furnace. So this is a nice and simple recipe. It just requires two basic control circuits, which are a piece of osmium infused with redstone, and a steel casing. That's glass. And a steel casing, which is 4 steel around an osmium ingot. Then 4 redstone and 2 glass. That's going to get you an energized smelter. Let's go plug this guy right in. Right up here with the rest of them. Okay, so now we have this, and this is certainly gonna help because I'm not gonna have to use coal, and I believe it's a little bit faster than a regular furnace by default. But it's still a slow process because we have to put this through 4 machines. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 machines. That takes quite a while, and yeah, it's not the best process. So we're also gonna solve that with, or at least mitigate it with some other machinery or with some other things. These are called Mechanism's upgrades. We're gonna start out with a speed upgrade, and see, there's 3 different speed upgrades. This is the one we're looking for. This is Mechanism. This one's extra utilities, and this one's Ender IO, I think. But we're looking for this guy, which is made with a piece of osmium dust, 2 enriched alloy, and 2 glass. 2 enriched alloy, or the enriched alloy is made by infusing redstone into iron. 1 piece of redstone for every piece of iron. And then I have all the mats for that right here. Getting a little bit of interference on the mic, I think, but that should be fine. Anyway, so yeah, these speed upgrades are going to make machines go faster. I should grab some ore. So, yeah, I made 8 of them. Each machine can take up to 8, I believe, so this is gonna be, I'm gonna have to sort of throw them around, balance them around, just to, you know, or just for now, so that I have all the stuff so that I have machines running at a decent rate anyway, despite having, like, multiple machines with only 8 upgrades. But I'm gonna craft more later eventually. But yeah, so basically you put them in here, and it's gonna eat them up one by one. I'll get back to you when it's done with this, because it does take a minute. Alright, there it is. It has eaten all of the upgrades, and now this is working at 9 times the speed. Let's put this in. Oh my god, so fast. Actually, it's running out of power. Oh yeah, that's something else that I should mention. These machines, or these upgrades, do cause the machine to require more power, which our reactor can handle, but our cables cannot. So, yeah, let's just pump some of these out. Here. How's this work? Yeah, fill up your power. And it's still gonna drain. Okay, so we're gonna have a slight power struggle within our sort of factory area here, but we have a solution for that. That being well, there's actually 2 solutions that I have. First of all, yeah, so these are going to take up more power, but there is several solutions to this. The first that I'm gonna try for at least some of these is to make these things called energy upgrades. These are gonna reduce the energy input of and requirement of each machine, so that this guy is not gonna require as much power, and he's gonna not saturate the cable. But that's probably not going to be quite enough, really, because this is using quite a bit of power. Here, let's actually stop eating all of these ones. Take them out. And now we got our gold clumps. We're going to say put 4 in here, and we're going to put another 4 of these we're going to put these 4 energy upgrades in, and we'll see how that goes. I'll be right back when I'm done having it eat these. Alright, now it's got all those speed upgrades inside and all those energy upgrades. Let's try and put these clumps in, see how it goes. Okay, so it seems to be stable on the energy. I would assume that I think that, like, they balance each other out, so 1 energy upgrade is equal to 1 speed upgrade. So that's interesting. But, I would have to make a lot of energy upgrades for this if I was to do it this way. And I'd have to have them all in in every machine the same amount of speed upgrades that I have, and that's not the easiest thing to do. So instead, we're gonna upgrade these universal cables. So if you remember from before, these universal cables are made from 2 steel surrounded, or piece of redstone surrounded by 2 steel, and they can transfer up to 500 joules per tick, and that's a Minecraft joules unit of power. But this is not enough for, you know, heavy usage with all of these speed upgrades and stuff. So we're going to upgrade to an advanced universal cable, which is 2 kilojoules per tick, so that's 2,000 joules per tick. 4 times as much power. That should work fine. So these are made by putting 8 basic universal cable around an enriched alloy. So I'm going to grab some of these cables from under these machines, and I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. Okay, I got all the cables and went ahead and grabbed the enriched alloy that we need. Again, 3 of them for the 24, because it's 1 per 8. And it's made by infusing redstone into an iron ingot. There you go. So let's go over to this crafting table and make this very simple, very easy recipe that's going to allow us to not have our power cables saturated, which is always good. And we're just gonna pump these cables up underneath, bringing them everywhere around. There's a cable that shouldn't be there. Where did it go? Here it is. Haha! You will never escape from me. Okay. So, one also thing to note is that the configurator, if you switch it to wrench mode, which is with, I think it's Shift M, yeah. So you're going to want to go to wrench mode on the configurator, or on the, configurator, which is with Shift M, that switches modes. And then Shift right click, you can break cables much faster than you can with the pickaxe, because this is a very slow process, as you can see. Yeah, so let's just get these cables all up underneath. I hope that these basic energy cubes can transfer more than 500 joules per tick. Let's see, basic energy cube. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, okay, so there's that. These are all set up under. Actually, there's these cables I have to deal with right here, right here, right here, right here. Boop, 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 boop. And let's just plug this guy in underneath. We're going to get a little bit of water leakage right there, but that's all right there, mate. We got a little bit of water leakage, but we dealt with it and we got power everywhere. Okay, good. All right. So let's head back to our machine frienderino right here. We're going to take out all of his speed upgrades and all of his energy upgrades, and we're going to take them over to our friend Enrichment Chamber, because Enrichment Chamber works with us. In fact, let's pop these guys in here, now that I'll think of it. We're going to put them all in here, and we're going to test our power systems, our power grid's capabilities. Let's see what happens. Alright, so this is 1.99. That's because there's a massive-ass buffer inside this thing. How much power? So there's a 1153068, 11, or 1.1 million, I think. 53068. Okay, cool. So we're gonna then not put the energy upgrades in and see what happens. Okay, yeah, no, that's a little bit. Can't quite handle that. Not even the machine can handle that, I think. Okay, yeah, so that probably at a lot of power. Yeah, that was pretty intense. But actually, I don't know if this is energy usage or if it's well, it's not dying. It's holding up. Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Well, that's a hell of a speed. That's a hell of a speed rate. So that does help. I don't think the buffer is quite up to this, or either that or it's the cables. I'm not sure. But I mean, that's still a hell of a speed upgrade. So that's always good. Probably gonna have to deal with power at some other point. Oh shit, that's eating a lot of power. Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, that's a lot of power usage. But ooh, dark cave sound. All right, yeah. So that did that pretty quickly. Let's eat some of the speed upgrades out of this guy. Say you can have that one, and we're gonna take all of your energy upgrades out, so we're not gonna use you right now. Plop these in, and we're gonna see how fast this smeltery can go. Just gonna take a minute here. And plop all these guys. God damn it, hang on. I gotta... that's not even selected. Okay, fine. This is terrible. Terrible, absolutely terrible. They're all going in there, though. We got it in the end. Oh, there's an Enderman freaking out about on the map. Looks like he's having a good time. Okay. Yeah, so this is a fair bit faster than that good old furnace right there. So that's always good. And it's also using power as opposed to coal, which is useful because I don't have to keep refueling it. Apart from just attaching a cable, and we're all good, ready to go. So, that's always good news. Now, one last thing that I think I'm going to do. I'm going to use this to get a shit ton of iron going. And, then I'm going to... Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the, 4 ion thrusters. This is going to be a little bit of an intense recipe, so I'll get back to you when I'm done with that. I'll show you the recipes, obviously, again, but I'm not going to go through the whole process of crafting it, so I'll be right back. Well, that was a fucking force, but I got it in the end. Oh, yeah, you're goddamn right I used force. I'm not stuck in the past. Okay, so, yeah, that was a little bit of an intense crafting recipe. I needed 4 of these, so therefore I needed 8 force field emitters and 8 extra solenoids. And these force field emitters, of course, required 4 ender pearls and 5 solenoids each. So that worked out to, what is it, 8 times 4, 32 ender pearls and 40 solenoids, which are 3 iron and 6 wiring each. Wiring is pretty cheap, I mean, but it's still pretty intense, especially with the iron requirements, especially considering, just to kind of say, fuck you, you need an extra 2 iron at the end, for each one, so that was a little bit irritating. But I got it in the end. I used this actually a fair amount. Oopsies, I didn't want to sleep. That's fine, I didn't get to, though. Alright, so now let's go to this guy and say, where is it? Is it on the... Oh, no, it's on jetpack. There we are. I'm going to say maximum thrust because it's kind of a waste otherwise. Okay, now we can fly, but I'm going to bind this onto something so that I'm not always flying. Let's see, keybinds, jetpack. This is going to be on 0. Oh, appears that the, kinetic generator has unbound itself. It does tend to do that. Oh no, the numpad 2 is the kinetic generator, and this is on here. Cool. Now I can turn the jetpack on and off, I can turn night vision on and off, and I can turn my kinetic generator on and off. See, what's nice about the jetpack is that even on full thrust, so full energy usage, using it to sort of fly around, it still produces more energy than it uses. So if you just go flying around, you will be creating a net gain, which is very nice. There's also another way to make this easier. That is called the flight controller, I think it is. I'm going to craft that real quick, actually. I do have to be careful not to crash onto the ground because it's going to do some damage. There's also another thing I can use to deal with that, but that's going to require more servos, so I'm not quite sure if I want to do that. Let's take a look at that, actually. That's the shock absorber. It's going to require 2 servos and 2 wool. Actually, that's easy, but, what was the other one that I wanted? The flight control? That's a control circuit. Oh, this is nice and easy. I'm going to get the math together for these things, and I'll be back to you when I'm done with that. Alright, I got all the stuff that I need together. 2 pieces of wool, 2 servos, which are, of course, a piece of iron, a piece of wiring, and 2 solenoids. There's more solenoids. There's a lot of solenoids used in this mod pack, or in this mod, rather. And a control circuit, which is 2 cactus green or other sort of green dye, 2 gold, a glowstone, 2 redstone, and 2 wiring. So let's get into this thing and say shock absorber. Just a suggestion, put it all the way up to the maximum on the shock absorber, because otherwise it's not going to take all the damage. It's going to use less power, but I think it's worth just to take less damage. So yeah, let's take in this flight control thing now. I think I like the verticality on 0, but there's also a map that I have to do because now it's just constantly on. I need to map this to what do I normally put it on? I think it's like 3, something like that. I don't use it too much, but it's kind of nice. Yep, there we go. So now that's, let me just check to make sure that's correct. Verticality is 0. An irritating way to drop, you do just sort of sit there. You can't really drop, you have to sort of turn it off and then let it sit, or and then let you fall. Let's see if there's actually like any way to disable that or to go downwards. There might be, but I'm not too sure. I remember something about that, but I'm not very sure if there is. Hover harness, yeah, no. Go down, MPS flight control. So on Z, Can I set that to... Wait, let's turn it on. And Z will bring us down. What if I turn that to shift? So that I fly normally. Perhaps that'd be nice. That's Project E. Where is it? Z, shift. Left shift. Alright, now this is on, and I can go down with shift. Okay, that's nice and easy. I like that. It's just like creative. Cool. So now I can fly like an eagle into the future. Although I don't know what's in the future, because considering I'm flying right now, which is quite futuristic. So, but yeah, this is a very nice thing that to have. It means I'll be able to fly pretty much anywhere I want at a considerable rate. So, yeah, I think that's going to finish up the video here. I did quite a bit on this video. Also, the shock absorbers, I take no damage. Even from, say, a height such as... Flight control appears to let me go higher, faster. Let's turn it off now. And we're falling. Terminal velocity has been reached. No damage. Probably some power used, but not too much. And it's actually a capped amount of damage, so it's not like if you fall from an insane height, you're going to take an insane... Or it's going to require an insane amount of energy. It's only going to require as much energy as you've set here, which is... Oh, no, it is going to require more. Never mind. I stand corrected. But yeah, it's still not too much power, especially when you have a kinetic generator, so you're generating power every time you walk just around the place, which is such a useful feature. So, yeah, that's going to finish up the episode here. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. Thanks for watching, and bye.